we argued and among ourselves. And so you had some females there. I don't even know who among them said this, but and whether the person really belonged to the group. But while arguing, why you people are always angry, Don't you even enjoy yourselves at all? And I realized then that, that's true. We have been presenting only one aspect of our lives,
which is
that's not. We also have friends. We mingle. We live in society as well. I said, okay, let me publish these poems I've been writing on and off. And so that's
you
why.
were not even thinking about love before, just critique.
No, of course, you fall in love, you fall out of love. We are young. But and we wrote poems about such, a heartbreak and all this. But I wasn't. They were not for me serious poems. They were just, one aspect of my life which I didn't really think was important. So I said, okay, let me just put it together for her to read and say that, okay, yes. So we also, we didn't live just one sided life. We had other sides. So this is what I did. And it was just fun for me. But the shock was when it won a prize. I was so shocked. In fact, you can't believe it. I was there in the hall talking about these useless prizes and when the announcement it was quite a shock.
The first Anna Prize.
Yes, it was quite a shock. I didn't even know that it had been submitted. My publisher has submitted it. So,
you are a man whose political involvement has, gone beyond screen and pages, such as functioning as the drama consultant during MAMSA in the 20th century. So how does your political involvement shape your understanding of Nigeria's governance? And what lesson would you draw for younger writers who want to move from only criticism to societal critic, serious societal critic?
But you see, there are many avenues of engagement. And the wrong understanding is the wrong understanding to think that it's only when you carry guns or something that you are involved. There's a beautiful poem by Bertolt Brecht, for example, about Caesar conquering Rome. He said, well, this person conquered Rome. Was he alone? Were there no cooks in his all these people who make their own contributions, they are also, heroes. Just that they are somebody who decides that he must also commit himself. But maybe by cleaning your shoes, by making sure that all the guns, he cleans the guns, he doesn't fire them, but making sure that you are able to function. It's also to be celebrated. So we have this notion that it's only the person who gets arrested or the activist.
The forefront of the activism.
Yeah, but it may be at the forefront, but it's not the only one, because he also has to be assisted by other forces. So that's it. And but I have gone through various changes in my thinking. So when I first came, very
energetic.
So, and I believe very much in collective effort and collective energy. But then, certain things began to make me think. For instance, I don't think I've said this anywhere. Um, we went out on a protest. Then we came back, and you see all my revolutionary colleagues to go to an hotel and eat and drink and so on, and at the cost of the union. And this seemed to me rather strange. If we are fighting a cause and then we collect money, we go around the town. I mean, for example, well, anyway, so at different moments, anyway, I became disillusioned by this kind of movement. And then, when we mobilize students for strikes and so on, at various moments, police will come in and brutalize us and seize many of the students and take them to Yagunkuja. And, our comrades, nobody will ask, what's the condition of those students? We are too busy celebrating our own. And so I became worried about this, and I decided that, well, that would be my own contribution. So every time we had these riots, I would always drive to Yagunku and bail out the students. And it was always very difficult because you know how hostile the police were at that time. And then so you are the one who led them, you are this and that. It wasn't only the students. In fact, bailing the students was relatively easy. So many other people who are not involved in students would have been arrested. Just come and nobody will know where they were. And they will not allow me to bail them because they take money from them. Those who don't have money to bail themselves out are in serious trouble. So I will have to take their addresses or something and go and see their relatives and so on. But as a union, as a committee, nobody took charge of that. Nobody cared. Nobody really thought of them.
About the arrested
students. The students and the victims who are the victims who are not in the press. So I began to think about this. What kind of value? What do our protests? Things like that. I gradually became disillusioned, and the straw that actually broke the camel's back was when things became tough for us, and the exodus began out of the country. And suddenly I found myself alone here. Almost all my comrades had gone. And, without any forewarning, anything. I mean, what? Where is this one? Is gone. This one is gone. This one is gone. What? So I began to reappraise things, because I wasn't going to go.
It's really an exodus.
I really wasn't going to go. This is where, and it wasn't easy at all, particularly with your children. I mean, imagine, let me just give a concrete. The hostels, the staff quarters in UI.
Okay.
You imagine about how many floors?
Some of them up to 4 floors.
Yes. And I was on top of it. You had to go down and fetch water, jerry cans, carry them up, carry them down, flush the toilets, eat. I mean, it wasn't easy at all. I mean, though we don't talk about these things. And then so people went. Your children are asking, why is my father still staying here? And when their friends write them over there, say they are now in paradise. Say, why are you here? Why? It was not easy to explain to them that We didn't want to go because I said that the government seemed determined to kill education. So some of us must be determined also to make sure they don't succeed
in it.
So the little we could, and when I got now and then to go out, very good. I could now buy books for the department, make arrangements for other people. Mm-hmm. I thought that was more important than going out myself. So it's not as if it's been just one way. There have been shifts in my thinking, shifts in my own involvement.
Today we have many literary writers, even very young ones, who have taken upon themselves to write about all the mainstreamic issues today. Sir, what do you think about the contribution of literature to improving Nigerian serenity? I mean, the political climb, given the fact that many Nigerians don't even read?
Well, you see, it's difficult to say. When you say Nigerians don't read, don't be too sure. Maybe they don't buy books, in that the volume we expect, so that you can say this is bestseller. But sometimes surprises in myself. Take 4.5, which I used to publish, and that's poetry, poetry chapbooks, because I just thought, well, we are writing poetry, let's publish this poetry, and not for any commercial. You read it, if you like, throw it away, and so a group of us got together and we started 4.5 chapbooks. Just go and type and cyclotype. We didn't have all this computer and everything. Yes. We have to sit down in my office, type, cyclostyle, and bind, and then sell them at cheap prices. The same thing that you can read it and immediately throw it away. You don't have to keep it. Nothing. And but poetry. Then my wife went to Abu one day, and was it the driver or a cobbler? One of the lower workers, anyway, he found him reading this thing.
Wow.
He was so surprised. How can you read it? So, he said, yes, he likes this. So I said, okay, go and tell him that we'll be giving free copies. He refused. He said, we'll pay.
Wow.
Yeah, can you imagine? He said he will pay. I said, every time he paid. Now that's surprising. You say, I didn't say driver or something. Anyway, one of you will never even think he would take interest in poetry. More or less buy it. At different moments, I've been surprised by reactions of common people who you will not even expect to know about this thing or something. They read the thing. So, it's not quite straight to say, okay, let me give you another example. When I decided that, well, if people won't read literature, people won't go to literature should go to the people. So, and I was wondering what
through your columns?
Yeah. So I said, okay. Because when we started The Guardian, we thought it would take 9 months. So the 3 months we were there, and The Guardian, started with such a high level of English, not people were buying it, reading. I mean, people buying it, people studying it. So I said, okay, let's use The Guardian. People are not buying literature. Literature should go to. I had trouble with the editor at that time. So newspapers are not meant for fiction. It's supposed to give news.
Facts, I'm not saying.
I said, well, okay, anyway, we try this. But then when my column became problematic, and I said, okay, let me turn my column to fiction.
Fiction.
Write in fiction what you normally write You know, I, I turned to a fiction column and called it Tales the Country Told Me. So I was writing about what was going on in the country. Mm. Uh, but then I chose my pen name, Okinbalanko, instead of my own name.
Instead of the original.
So, and of course, not like nowadays. Even nowadays, I think people are still a bit reluctant to reply or anything. But feedback in those days, nobody won't read it. You just write your column and that's. And then, so I started this story, which is inspired by an incident I saw here in Ibadan here.
Okay.
Moniya in those days, not this Moniya now. Moniya was a very small village where the people come from north came and sold so one weekend I was back here just with my family, and on Sundays my wife would go to do her marketing, and I would take her. So that day I was just sitting in my car waiting for her, and this where I was sitting is normally for meat stalls.
Okay.
The houses are cutting their meat, and I saw this woman scrambling for meat, and happening. And you know what? By the time the house when the meat sellers, by the time they dropped the bone, they almost scraped everything. So, but this woman was looking for the bones, trying to say, I was very surprised. What is this? So finally, I went to ask her. It turned out she said that day was her son's birthday, and he had not eaten any meat over a year. That's why you are. Of course, I bought her the meat, but I said, this is the kind of story we must tell. We think buying meat is also, but there are people who once said for a year or more, they are not eating any piece of meat. And that day said, well, he wanted meat. So she came to the market and was scraping, it was really pathetic. So I decided to write this story. And I called it Miami. But it was such a story. I mean, I couldn't finish it obviously in one column. I had to write Miami 1, Miami 2. And now the editor, very funny, had told us that if you want to write anything, don't write on it for more than two columns.
Okay.
If you have finished what you are saying in 2 columns, then it's too bad. But then he kept saying Miami 1, Miami 2. So what is this Miami that
you keep writing?
So anyway, it was coming to the end of the year, so I decided to end this story. So I just ended the story, and then come and see the avalanche of feedback.
Wow.
Which we phone calls, writing. Why did you end this story? Why did this? We had never known that was. And that's the thing. I said, okay, so we thought people were not reading, but they were reading it. And the editor had to call me to apologize. He said he wasn't reading it. He was just saying Miami. I said,
wow.
So that was the first thing. And so I was thinking, I said, okay, maybe it's the story that made people want to read so much. Let me write a different story. And I decided to write Cordelia,
Cordelia,
which is now made to film. This one different. It won't be mother-child relationship. Maybe a love relationship. And this time, it was my wife who made me stop it, because about the lecturer and the wife, they were having problems. People would stop her in the campus. Say, we didn't know you had this problem with your husband. He said, it's not me. But I didn't know. You know, when you are having problems, you are fighting. Yeah, but it's not me. It's a fiction. Finally, he said, please just stop this thing. Just stop embarrassing me.
Okay.
I tried
Okay.
to stop that. But also, that one became popular. So I began to write other stories like that through newspapers. And it became very popular. So that's the kind of thing there's no, you don't take any census. But people are obviously reading it, and making their own opinion. So I don't know.
So evidently, contrary to what many people believe that Nigerians don't read, people actually read in Nigeria, even as widespread as the poverty is. Well,
at least we have the evidence to that. People read. Just that what they read, they will not write back they will not go and buy it or anything. So some like this Baba, I don't know this Baba. He's a driver or something. That my wife saw.
Yes.
Who pay for it?
Tabo.
So it's
speaking of the Guardian, sir, there was a publication in 2023 about Nigerian literature, the new crop of writers in Nigeria. So showing that we have a number of emerging authors, just like some of us here today. So how many of these new works do you engage, sir? And how would you describe the quality of the literature, especially in relation to the works of yours set by other founding fathers like Wole Soyinka, Chinua Achebe, your esteemed self, Professor Niyi Oshundari and the likes? The standard that you set in those days when you started writing literature?
I wouldn't want to make a blanket judgment there. Some of the younger writers are doing a fantastic job. Look at Chimamanda, look at Ibrahim. But it's not even. And although there are many writers now, because there are other publishers, they are not, I would say, socially engaged in the way we were. Now people are writing more for the Western tradition to make money, to become famous. Whereas when we wrote, it was engage the social issues, society, government. It's not easy for me to make a blanket judgment. But there are very good writers. There are some I'm not really clear about.
Thank you, sir, for allowing us into your abode, and thank you for granting this conversation.
Thank you.
This is the
I hope
stuff.